Let's be real, most teens waste their time on video games and TikTok dances. But if you learn these 9 skills now, you'll dominate life in the future. While everyone else is wasting time, you could be building the skills that make men successful. So let's start with number 1, working out. Every time you go to the gym and you push yourself, you're improving physically and mentally. Not only will it improve your confidence and your discipline by going to the gym and improving your body, it will also improve your mental toughness by improving your discipline. So working out is a great skill because even a study showed that 90% of teens felt happier after working out. So it improves mood and reduces stress. And it's not even that hard. If you don't have a gym, just use push-ups, pull-ups, squats, and planks to get fit. And if you don't know how to train, just do Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and do a push-pull leg routine. This is where the first day you do the muscles that push, so chest, triceps, and shoulders. The second day pull, you do your back and biceps, and on leg day, you do legs. That's it. No more complications. Number 2, dressing nicely. If a lot of people don't like this, but how you dress is how you present yourself to the world, how people will perceive you. How you dress sends a message before you even speak. So it's very important to take care of your appearances. It's really not hard, and you don't need a lot of money. You just need to follow these steps. First, groom yourself and be presentable. Comb your hair, trim your nails, and keep your clothes clean and ironed. Then, you just need to choose a neutral color palette and avoid flashy designs. Don't wear big brands like Gucci or Dior. Just wear simple, minimalistic stuff with earth tones, and you can also add blue and black and white. That is all there is. And wear clothes that fit you nicely. If you wear a size too big or a size too small, it will be noticeable and people may not comment on it, but they definitely judge you. And maybe in a good way, but probably not in the best way. Which brings me to number 3, communication. Did you know that most teens have no idea how to communicate properly? And you may have even noticed this, but a lot of people use filler words like, like, and that immediately sends a clear message that you don't know what you're talking about or you're not as sure, and it makes people perceive you as less of an expert in the field or in the conversation. Then also a lot of people just don't have enough vocabulary to actually speak, so they don't find the words to express their message. And also most people just speak very fast and they rush into things, and that way you won't understand anything and you will actually stutter and you won't find the words because you're talking so fast, your mind is catching up to what you're saying, which is another point. Speak slowly and clearly. If you speak slowly, the words will come naturally because you have time to think of them, which is another thing. Think before you speak. And the most important trick to be a great communicator is don't talk. Just listen and ask questions. There was a study once where two strangers were put together, and one was taught to actually speak and stuff, and the other just asked questions. At the end, the participants ranked the person who asked questions a lot higher and a better communicator than the one who just talked. So if you're in a conversation, just shut up, listen, and ask thoughtful questions. If you do that, you'll be ahead of not 99% of teens, but 99.99% of people. This next skill is a skill that you probably haven't heard in these types of videos, and it's cooking. Most teens have no idea how to cook. They will go and get takeout food or just eat what's in the fridge, but that doesn't give you independence. And I'm not talking cooking just because, I know how to cook. No, it will give you independence, will save money in the long run, and you can even impress a date, so that's all I'm saying. And you don't even need to know how to make a 3-course meal and be a professional chef. No. Just learn basics. Rice, pasta, chicken, what else? Eggs. My first meal was rice with omelette. And my signature meal that I cook sometimes, it's pasta carbonara. It's just spaghetti with bacon and eggs. Sounds insane, but it's tasty, so that's all that matters. You just need to find the basics, know how to cook. Because then in the future, when you live alone, you can't go to restaurants all the time, that's expensive. And you can't be getting takeout because that's expensive too. So you just buy groceries and cook. And you don't even need to be cooking all the time. Your parents can cook. You can just ask to cook a Saturday or a Sunday and cook something sometimes. Plus, it's a lot healthier if you cook yourself because you know what you're adding and you can control the ingredients. And instead of putting some high fat food, you can put a low fat alternative and you can control your calories and your diet. Number 5, or at least I think it's number 5, emotional control. In general, I'm generalizing, okay? Women are usually more emotional than men, but a lot of men in this generation are emotional too, and that is not good. I'm not telling you to bottle up all your emotions and not tell a single soul. No, you can share them, but share them with friends, journal, or do something, and don't let them affect your decisions. You're in control of your emotions, not your emotions in control of you. If your emotions control you, and the emotions of your partner control your partner, who will bring stability to the relationship? You need to be able to take decisions logically. As a man, that's it. And there's a few ways. I'm gonna teach a few ways to do that. When you're about to take a decision, just do. Take a deep breath and calmly inspect the situation, look at the outcomes, and choose the best one. And you can talk to a friend or a therapist if you're feeling a lot of emotions bottle up. And with time, you'll just be able to, when you feel an emotion, like for example, anger, you'll think and you'll be like, why am I angry? It doesn't make any sense. And then your brain will be, I guess it's true. Why am I angry? And you'll just stop being angry. It's hard, no, I'm not gonna lie to you, but this is something you need to practice because, especially in today's generation, everybody is very emotional. Number 6, learn how to learn. This may sound weird, and it's a weird thing to say, but in today's day and age, everything is so fast-paced and moves and changes so fast that you need to be able to adapt. And what better way to adapt than be the best learner there is? School doesn't teach how to learn. It teaches memorization and sometimes logic. And if you know how to learn, you'll be ahead of, I want to say 100% of people. Almost nobody knows how to learn. And this isn't that hard. Like any other skill, you just need to practice. So learn something 5 minutes a day. You need to identify your learning style. It can be videos, notes, discussions. This will serve you in the long run because you'll be a lot more effective at learning. Then, outside of class, just learn a little bit. Watch informative YouTube videos, podcasts, books, whatever it is. And this is the key that nobody's doing. Teach it to someone else. You need to explain it to another person to actually remember. And it doesn't even need to be a person. This is a good use case for ChatGPT. Just go into ChatGPT and tell him, you're gonna act like a student, I'll be the teacher, and I'm gonna explain something to you. He's gonna say, okay, and then you just explain what you just learned, because this will lock it in your memory. And let me show you an example of why this is important. I consider myself a programmer. I love programming, I know a few programming languages, and as you may have guessed, AI is said to take over all the programmers in the world. Like, AI is gonna be so good at programming that programmers aren't gonna be needed almost. So what do I need to do? Either get really, really good, which I can't really, I have too many projects, or pivot and maybe learn AI, because that's the future, right? Learn something. So if I know how to learn, I'm basically good at anything because I can learn how to do it. Number 7, time management and attention management. Time is one of the only things that as soon as you give it or you spend it, you can't get it back. The other thing is obviously selling your soul to the devil, but I'm gonna guess you aren't gonna do that. But most of you are wasting time on social media or whatever it is you're wasting time on. So why is this so important? Well, if you correctly manage your time, you will boost your productivity you will be less stressed, and overall you'll be better off. So how do you do this? Well, it's not that complicated. The night before, so not in the morning, the evening before going to bed, you're gonna plan your next day. It doesn't even have to be very specific. You're just gonna say, for example, from 8 in the morning to 2 p.m. I'm gonna be at school, then I'm gonna do my homework, then work out. Just use time blocks. Then also use a to-do list. This will make it so that when you're bored or want to waste time by scrolling or something, you open your to-do list, look at the first thing you need to do, and you do it. You can also use due dates as a way of motivation, because I don't know how many of you can relate, but you have an assignment due in 2 weeks, you aren't gonna do anything. You're gonna do it all the last day, 10 minutes before it's due, because our brain works under pressure, and if we can work under pressure, you need to get that pressure. Another thing is be selective of what you give attention to. I use an app called Regain, and it's one of the best apps. I downloaded it. According to it, I gained 5 years of my life, or 2, I don't remember, but basically what it does is it blocks your apps. So for example, in the morning and in the evening, I block Instagram. I can't use it. And then I also have a time limit on Instagram, so I'm not spending too much time on it. And one of the best features I found in it is that it blocks your notifications. So for example, I want to get notifications from Instagram in case a friend messaged me or something, but I don't want them distracting me. So what I do is I set it to block my notifications. I will get those notifications at a time I chose, for example, 8 p.m. Before that, I won't get them. And by the way, this is not sponsored. I just really love this app. You can find other apps. This one is for Android, and I love it because it saves me time and attention, and it makes me more productive. Number 8, self-defense. This one is obvious, but at the same time not. If you actually know how to fight, you will avoid fights. I have been learning karate for 5 years, and let me tell you, for example, a story. At school, there's this guy who's always like, do you want to fight? Hey, you want to fight? And at first I was like, oh, no. Now I say, sure. And he's like, oh, wait. And he'd probably asked me for a fight 42 times. Never once had a fight in my life, a real fight. So if you didn't know, fights are avoidable, and if you actually carry yourself with confidence, which will happen if you know you can fight, they won't happen. And martial arts in general, or different things like boxing, jiu-jitsu, karate, and Muay Thai, all of those will make you carry yourself with confidence. It will boost your discipline and your self-respect. And if you didn't know how to gain other people's respect, is first treat them with respect and have self-respect. If you don't treat yourself right, people won't treat you right either. So if you learn how to fight, you will carry yourself with confidence. And is there a downside to that? No. Number 9, learn how to network. Did you know that most men, well, not most men, but a lot of men don't have a single close friend? That's concerning. You need to find friends and ideally mentors to be in your circle, because that way you're gonna try and be better. You need to find someone that can push you to be better. And it's not a one-sided. You're not getting free gifts. You need to give value in return. That's something a lot of people miss. If you treat a mentor like a celebrity, he'll treat you like a fan. So you need to actually make it seem like you're worth his time. So, either, for example, I'm gonna give you an obvious example from karate. Back in the days, karate, the sensei, like the teacher, he selected students. You couldn't just go up to him and say, hey, I want to be your student. He said, hey, I want to be your teacher. That's basically what you need to do. You're gonna try and get the mentor to actually want to be with you. What better way to do that than exchange value? And another thing, as men, we're very competitive. So if you find another guy on the same path as you, you'll push each other to be better. I know of a YouTuber who met another YouTuber, and they basically pushed each other to become better, and now they're both successful. So find someone on the same path as you, network, talk with people, because you don't know how you'll meet. If you look at all the successful people, they have a tight-knit group of friends. So why not you? We all need to work to get more friends, better friends, quality over quantity, and push each other to be better. If you watch this video till the end, congrats, you're ahead of 99% of people, and it shows that you truly want to improve in your life. But don't stop now. Go watch this video, which YouTube think you might like, or this one, which is my latest upload. And subscribe to not miss any of my uploads. I upload videos like this weekly.